this is my presentation of myself and my farm. My name is Rick van Hees. I'm born in the Holland, in the Netherlands, and my father and mother moved to Denmark in '94, and in '99 we started up with robots. A little bit of history. I'm married with Maria, and we have 3 very nice children. I own the farm with my brother. I run the dairy, and my brother runs the lands and the machinery. Yeah, it's yeah. So this is our farm. What we have is what's important for us and for my company. It's a family farm, and I'm just a little part of it. So we started up in '99 with 2 A2 robots, and it was a challenge, but here we are today. And the A2 robots, we growth from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. So at the end we had 10 robots, the old brand, the A2, and we kept it running for 20 years. So we milked with the A2 robots until 2019. We bought 10 new A5 robots, and we also have 4 discoveries in our barn, and 1 Our farm setup is I have because we bought some farms and we have some different breeds. So I run my dairy farm is 650 heads of cows. And I have 25% Jersey, pure Jersey breed, and 20% pure Holstein breed, and the rest of it is all crossbred with Montbéliard and Swedish Danish Red. Yeah. So and it works very well. So in our barn, it's. This barn we have 8 milking robots, and in this barn we have 2 milking robots. I have 1 group for the first lactation. I have 1 group for the second lactation. I have my 3rd group for the elderly cows, and then I have 1 group for the pure Jersey group, and then I have 1 group for 2 robots with the startup group for heifers, for cows who have a sore leg, and yeah, so on. So that's our setup. I have 1 worker who is doing 8 robots, and then I have 1 worker who is doing 2 robots. We start up in the morning 6 o'clock, and we should be finished around 8:30, so 2.5 hours in and out. I don't want to disturb my cows as much as possible. So it's all about time in the barn and be as efficient as you can be. I have not only the 2 workers. I have. So one is taking care of the 8 robots. 1 is taking care of the 2 robots. Then I have 1 worker. I call him the flyer. He's flying. So he is flying from this barn when they need to put straw in the beds, when there is a newborn calf needs to be moved, and so on and so on. So he's the flyer. And then I have 1 worker who take care of the calves, the small calves. And he's the one who takes care of the small calves is my left hand, because I'm right-handed, so he can be my left hand when I'm not at home, and he talks all the time with these two guys in these barns. So our team, we are a team of 4 persons, and we are they have to manage it together. So yeah, that's our setup. One moment. Yes, the 4 judge group. This is my. This is I don't know if it's clear, but it's our layout for the barn. So I have the first lactation, second lactation, old cows, and the Jersey group. And then I have the other barn right here. And this is our technical room, dairy room, my office, and the place where we have our communication with our workers. We have on one time per week. It's a Monday. We have a meeting with our workers where we talk about the issues, the solutions. I always tell my worker cannot come with an issue or a problem without he also have thought about the solution, because it's not my job to find the solution. It's my workers. I can help them solve the problem, but they have to think about it before. So they are working as one team. I can stay here in Prague for probably 2 weeks without having any problems, because my workers know how to solve the problem by themselves. Yeah, barn routines. It's very important. Barn routines. We start up 6 o'clock. Should be finished 8:30. Sometimes 8, sometimes 9. One day you can have 6 calves. One day you can have 0 calves. So that's the nature who decides when we finish in the morning. In the afternoon we start about 3 o'clock, 3:30, and we normally are finished 5 o'clock after. So that's nearly 1.5, 2 hours. I give them work in the afternoon and finish. We don't disturb our cows more than necessary, and it's really planned. Like, yeah, and I know my only job on the farm. My job on the farm is I inseminate the cows myself. So, and it's exactly 7 o'clock in the morning. I inseminate the cows. I check the pregnancy as well in the morning. So my worker in this barn, he knows I will be there 7 o'clock. I finish my work with the T4C. I'm checking it from morning about 6 o'clock to 7. I check the numbers. And 7 o'clock he has to be ready because together we go and inseminate the cows. I do the insemination. He will be my cow locator. Yeah. So we do that together. And when I finish the insemination, my cow, I have free for the rest of the day. But you know what? A farmer is never free. We are never free. We always have something to do. Something breaks down. Tractor needs to be driven. A cow needs to be taken care of. There's always something to do. So yeah, it's just all about planning, and planning that you are free to do things that's necessary after. Yeah, what cow touches, it's very important. Every time you touch a cow, you waste time. It's about the cow you never touch is the perfect cow. I can only have 3 touches per cow in a year. That's the perfect cow. Insemination, and when she have a calf, I'll take her calf, and when she is moved to the barn, to the big barn, because we start up in this group. Here we start up, so the cows have the calf on this side. We start them up with the 2 robots, and when they are on a good limit with the yield, with the milk, we move them to the group where they have to be. And a first lactation cow follows all her life through the second lactations with her friends, and also to the third lactation, and so on. So that's a good story to tell as well. But yeah, that's. Now I have to go back. So that's about my cow touches. I count how many times we touch a cow, because every time we touch them too much, it's a waste of time. Astronaut daily maintenance, it's about, yeah, I have one worker who works in the big barn. He takes care of the daily maintenance. I am 24/7 on the alarm clock as well, because I live on this farm. That's my house, our house, sorry, Marie. This is where I live. So I live closest to the barn and the robots. And I'm taking care of the alarms mostly 24/7. But this worker in this barn know when I'm not at home. He takes care of the alarm system. So, but yeah, it's difficult. You can have one day with lots of alarms. I'm not gonna say a number. And you can also have weeks with no alarms. So it depends on how good the maintenance is, and you cannot say, is it problem free? No, nothing is problem free. There will always be something about. Yeah, that's the maintenance, and then I have my Lely service center to help with the service packages who comes with the service agreement, and it works very well. They work very well with my workers, and they have a very good connection as well. Yeah, my startup groups is straw bedding. I can show it here. This one is my startup group. They are all straw bedding, big straw bedding, and all the straw when we empty it, we put it to the biogas. So and on the other side of this feed alley, they're having their calves as well. So that's yeah, this is my father and this is my brother. Yeah, so it's the family farm. This is our yield. It's not so. I wish it was 36.5, but it's only 35.5. But you have to remember there is also jerseys connected to this. A jersey is a smaller cow, doesn't eat so much, and so the input is not so much, the output is also not so much. But I don't really aim for high yield. I aim for efficiency and economy. So it has to stick together for the whole picture. Yeah. Demand for roughage, feed quality, always a very, very, very important thing to go after. Breeding strategy. Yes, the jerseys are from a barn, from a farm I bought, and we could have changed everything to Holstein. We could have swapped it around to make it easier, but these jerseys haven't done me anything. So I couldn't get rid of my jerseys. I love my cows, so I made just a group for them, and they stay in the group like this. It's all a mix up. It's a startup group, so that's where they mix up, and there is room for everybody. Yeah, what? So there's and then I have my pure Holstein to keep a clean line of a Holstein all the time. I use only sex semen, so it's sex semen on heifers, and it's also sex semen beef on dairy for make a bull calf where I crossbreed for yeah, Belgian blue. And then I have my crossbreeds group. Is probably the biggest, the Montbéliard crossing with a Holstein, and that's because I see the other are just perfect, and the build up from a Montbéliard and a crossbreed with a Holstein is just a perfect cow for a robot. If you ask me, that's my opinion. It's just these cows are just working themselves. I don't have to see them. So yeah. At the moment, yeah, it's about high production, high feed prices. Yeah, what what do I else have to say? We know the day to day everything starts cost more and more. The milk also starts cost more and more, but I'm not making more money for my pocket. so yeah, that's the story. Yeah, I don't know. Do we have any questions?
The insemination you're doing of the barn or in the separation?
Oh, I don't have a separation room. Very good question. I made this design myself. And if you see lots of different designs, the robot room is separated, and lots of barn designs have the separation room in between. But we have a locking feed alley, so I am able to lock all up my cows if it's need to. But normally I just take them here and there, and one maybe there, and one maybe here, one maybe there, just freehand, and it works for me because I do it myself. I have also my left hand manager. He also can do it, but it probably takes a longer time because I do it every day. But that was these square feet were too expensive for me to build. So that's why I concentrated my separation room are in the next barn. Oh, sorry, it's on this side. Are in the next barn here, and that's why it was a very very clear choice. I thought these cows shouldn't be in this barn. These cows should be in another barn where one person can have only focus on these cows. In the beginning, when we built the barn, when we have to move a cow from this location to the other barn, to the startup group, if she had a sore leg, she had to move through this group, into this group, and from this group into the other barn. That was a big mistake, because every time we move a different cow from a different group, you disturb the whole group. So we actually end up making a cow street all the way around, so we are able to move the cows outside the barn. Yeah, so very important.
I have a question.
Yeah?
How do you fix cows for other health treatment? Se to jak fixuje ty krávy, když potřebuje ošetřit memeno?
Other health treatment is not a problem.
You don't have problems with other?
Yes, everybody have problem, but it depends on. We changed our strategy when we bought the A5. We have the cell counts, and we have the ledevne. The other counts, you have two options. Yeah, conductivity, and it was after we got the A5 and we got all the data in the program. I was able to just wait, only give the cow painkillers, and no antibiotic anymore. So all this barn is nearly antibiotic free, unless they have a sore leg. I have to help them with antibiotics. So it's only painkillers, and the cow mostly of the time, 90% of the time, does it by herself. It was a very difficult step for us to take this step, because normally when a cow is sick, you're used to, all right, we have to use antibiotics, but we got pushed by a very good vet, and she told, give it a try, and we tried it, and only with painkillers, and it worked out. We have our average cell count is just under 200, and it's a strategy, because I don't get paid more for get it under 150 or 100. So 200 is my limit, and I can do all the separation. I control every day how much milk I want to separate for my calves, how much milk I want to separate to the sewer, and how much. So I can always control my delivered cell count to the dairy industry. Yes, that's good. Good question. I every Monday, I call it a cow movement day. So every Monday, all my workers, they are in the barn all day. It's the only day they can disturb the cows in the week. But it's only a half day, because normally, if everything goes well, they finish 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, because they want to eat. So then every Monday we collect the cows who needs to go from the dry. I have to find this picture. It's easier to explain. In this barn, we dry the cows off. So we start moving the cows from the dry off group to the calving group. Then we have room here. We go and collect the cows from from all the groups to hoof trimming area. I have a hoof trimming area, so they trim all the hoofs when they get before they get dried off. They get dried off. We do an extra pregnancy test while drying off before we dry them off, and then we trim all the hoofs. And then every second month, I hire a company with 2 boxes who comes half a day, and they take one group. So they're only one time in the month, half a day, one group. Next second month, so they have a routine in going around my barn. I'm not doing everything myself. Yeah. Very good question.
What are you feeding? What's your diet?
Yeah, we feed maize silage. We feed grass. We feed it's a corn. It's a maize silage, but you only cut the cobs, so it's a concentrated maize silage, and then of course we put water in it. Funny you put water in the feed, but we put water in to make it mix properly. We of course have rapeseed, wheat, and all that sort of nutritions, but it's mainly maize and grass silage that we have. Yeah. So and last, I can show you a picture here. Last year we tried out something new. I made a big pen for my calving cows. So when now it's here in this picture it's a little bit wet, but when we have a dry period, I put my calving cows outside as well. It's not for going to grass, but it's only for the exercise of the legs. We give them the opportunity to be outside 3 weeks in a year. Yay. Sorry?
Go the cows back to the robot?
No, they are not milking. They are not milking. No, all the milking cows, I have not enough area for get them out. It's not big enough. This year we are taking the heifers in this barn and put them out on this land. Yeah, they get all this land here. The heifers will get land this year. For the first time in, it will be 23 years, because in '99 we stopped putting out the cows on the grass because it was the management about the robots you are a little scared of. But it works. You can have cows outside and a milking robot. It is possible, but then you have to have land around the barn. What I want to tell something more, but I cannot. Yeah. We will have. I hope you think about what I told you today, and I think we all come back here, and I hope you have very good questions for me. I'm really ready to explain much more about it, the way I do it. Yeah. Thank you. thank you for coming back. And I have nothing prepared for this session. It's your turn now. So we turn it around. I want questions from all of you. If you're shy, it's all right. I am also shy normally, but I really like it to have a good asking and questions session. I think it's important for me to know if you understood what I told before, and I really would like to tell about the things you are interested in and have questions about. If not so, I have Camilla. She will help me through this. She has a lot of questions. So yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. So does anybody have a question? Somebody have the courage to start?
Že tohle je skupina, kde jsme nezodpověděli všechny otázky, takže můžeme navázat. Pokračovala? Ano. Já jsem se ještě jednou vrátit k té, co už jsem položila, ale úplně to nebylo pochopeno, nebo jsem to špatně položila. On má ty krávy po otelení, jdou teda na ten rozdojovací robot, nebo má dva rozdojovací roboty, nebo dva speciální roboty. We are talking about startup group, about fresh.
Yes.
Ano, jako můžu odpovědět, co tam i nemocné krávy. There are sick cows and also fresh cows.
Yes, it is. And that's a problem. But it's not a problem. So, but that's true. Many people say you cannot put sick cows to a group of fresh cows, because then maybe they have diseases. Maybe they have something. But first of all, you have to have your straw bedding all right. We put new straw morning and in the afternoon, 2 times per day. It cannot get wet. So if I go out there in my underwear, I should be able to lay down and I should be clean. So that's number one. So then it will function. And then, yes, of course, a cow with a bad mastitis, if I put her in this group, does she infect the rest? It's possible. But in the other groups, she can also infect the rest. So where should I put her? And yeah, but I don't have the problems that I don't feel that it's a feeling. I don't have the feeling that they are escalating some problems on my fresh cows. Not that I know of. So the biggest problems are in this group right here. This is my old cows, the group for the old cows, from the 3rd lactation to the 8th lactation, how long they last. That's where the highest cell count cows are in, and that's what I'm selecting from. So the startup group, it's only if the cow is very sick and she cannot stand up because of a mastitis, I put her in this group. But or else I keep the mastitis cows in this group.
How many cows do you have on the startup group?
70.
Yes.
But on 2 robots, and that's because all the fresh cows need separated milk. All the cows with treatments on legs and so on need separation. So the most of the separation are in this barn. In this barn, here are the separations. So on this robot, I can go full speed on all 8 robots. I don't waste of time of milk separation. I don't waste time on milking heifers. Everything works in the startup group, and that's why I have 1 worker here and 1 worker here, and so I can only have 70 cows. I can have more. That's not a problem. But I choose not so because then I put pressure on my area, and then you have too many cows per square feet meters. But in this barn I can put 130, 140 per group. It's not a problem. But then we look at how efficient is the robot and on the amount of cows, because you can put too many cows on a robot. Because do you want to milk 1 time per day? You can put much more cows. Do you want milk 2 times per day? You can put less cows. That's what. How many times do you want to milk your cows? And I don't calculate how many times I want to milk my cows. I look at how many kilo milk I can milk from a robot per day. And that's if it's 2,500, I'm very pleased with that. That's a good result for me. And it's all about milk speed.
This is very high effective barn.
Yes.
And all problematic.
Yeah, I don't want. We don't have problems. We have how do you call it? Yeah, there's another word for problem. Is negative. We have some challenges. Yeah, challenges. Yeah, of course. That's it. We have challenges, and that's our challenge barn. Yeah.
Jenom čerzejky jsou zvlášť, jinak je to podle laktace. A jinak všechno je podle laktace, jenom čerzejky mají svou skupinu. Ty ostatní plemena jsou pohromadě. První, druhá, třetí a vyšší a čerzejky. 4 skupiny. Ano. Are they problems when you have different breeds in one group? I mean, on the first lactation, if they have Holstein or crossbreed.
This is a Jersey cow. She's like this. And this is a Holstein cow. She's like this, and then you have a flag, not a flag fee. It's a Montbéliard, and she's like this. Yes, it's 3 different types of cow, and this is what I want. And the Holstein is very good in yield, but you have to be careful because he can break. And this is the most stupid cow ever made in the world, but it's also a very efficient cow. So what do you want? But you have the brain of this cow is like a goat, and if she just think if she's sick, she lay down. This one, the Montbéliard crossbreed, can have 41 degrees, stand up, go milking, no problem at all. So it's a very big difference, and we have many challenges in finding the right way to feed this cow properly, so we can manage to work it with the rest of the herd. And we feed them today like the Jersey group and our first lactation group. It's higher concentrated feed. The same with the startup group, they get the same. So we feed this side, we go to this side, and we drive to the other barn to feed this, and then it's empty, and then he goes and fill it up for the second lactation and the third and fourth and fifth lactation. So that's how we feed. We feed two loads of food, and it is still a challenge. The Jersey cow is a different. You have to learn to work with the Jersey cow. It's a lovely cow. I love all my cows, but yeah, I have some challenges with it a lot.
They are separated.
Yeah.
And in these 3 groups, you have
Holstein and crossbreed. Yeah.
And there's no problem.
No problem at all. They are like almost the same size. The robot for the Jerseys is smaller. They had a Jersey kit they put in it, so it will be smaller. And in the startup group, we have Jersey and Montbéliard, and we made some adjustments, and we made it work with the Lely Center because we did a lot of experiments. Yeah, the Holstein and the crossbreed with Montbéliard are working very good together. Yeah.
to use synchronization of heat or some hormones input when you cows?
If a cow doesn't show me a heat detection in 100 days, I will have a vet to check her up. I do it before so myself. I can feel if she has you can have some I can squeeze it and I can do that so as well. But if that doesn't work, after 100 days, the vet checks her up and we give her prostaglandin so she gets activated. But normally this cow already at this point, if it's difficult and you have to give hormones, why should I keep this cow? I have enough of this group. I have enough inside this group. So I have enough cows to change the problems. But of course, if you have a nice cow in your first lactation group, you give her a chance, but not too many chances. Then I just finish her off in milking. I just slaughtered one cow. She was 800 kilo for slaughter, and she gave me milk for 1,100 days. And she had a lot of still 30 liters of milk, but she got too heavy for me. But so that's also possible. But I couldn't get her pregnant. But it's very individual for each cow how it is. Yeah.
How many on the hospital, on the startup group? How many square meters do you count per cow?
8 square meters per cow.
Koncentrace, a myslíte v robotu nebo na krmném stole?
On říkal, že mi dává koncentrované krmivo, jako koncentrovaný mixing, jak hodně to jako ovlivňuje.
You said that you have you put a lot of concentrate to the TMR.
Yeah.
And how much it involve visit of the robots?
It's not. It's the same.
It's the same?
Yeah.
Okay, but if you compare with the older cow?
Yeah. It's I don't make this much richer. I make this more poor. I can turn it, yeah. So you cannot make it too rich. It's a very fine hair. It's a hair fine balance. If you make it too rich, too concentrated, they won't go to the robot. So, but if you don't give them enough, they will not have enough for the yield and for the health. So I cannot explain how yes, I have a person who helps me calculating this, and together we look at what's coming out of the back end of the cow. That's what tells me the story, and if that's what we feed after is the manure from the cow. That's what we look at the cows and what's coming out of the back, and that's how we adjust the feed. We don't only look in the books. We look at the cows as well. Very important. Yeah, and I have someone who helps me with that because I think I'm good in cows, but I'm not. My school have never teach me calculate a feeding plan for my cows, so that I delay on one person who does that. Yeah. The jerseys are the worst. They really want to roar. They go. They all day if they can, and if they get bored, a new one can come and do this. And then you have the first lactation. They're very good as well. They are very efficient in the milking robots, and then they get older and older, and they slower and slower. But yeah. So yeah.
Question about calves.
Calf. Yeah.
Do you have some group automatic feeder?
No. We have our separation milk from this barn, and from this barn goes into this section here. I have 2 containers for pasteurization milk. And when it's pasteurized, it's heated up, and we cool it down to feeding temperature. He takes the milk and goes feed it by hand.
Single boxes.
Single boxes, yeah.
You feed them individually.
Yeah, and they get. We try to feed them only 1 time per day, but now we went back because it didn't give us any less labor work, but it's 2 times per day. They get I think 4 to 5 liters of milk. Depends on a Jersey calf or a crossbreed. Yeah. It's okay.
How do you make crossbreed? The Montbéliard and Holstein.
I have my heifers is Holstein, and on these heifers I put sex semen Holstein, so they will come with a pure Holstein calf, female. So that's my clean line Holstein. Next time she's gonna have a calf, it's dairy on beef on dairy, or it's a Montbéliard. Second time, it's the same story. So I always have the.
Masné plemeno sexované buď dánské modré, anebo belgické modré. Danish blue and Belgian blue.
Yeah, and it's also sexed. So the Danish.
Dominica, if it is dairy,
Yeah.
so you use
Montbéliard. Yeah.
female.
Yeah, and if it.
No, podle mě tu druhou laktaci.
Když je to druhá, třetí laktace, tak už pak pouští jenom Montbéliard.
Ale že druhá vyšší laktace používá, pokud si to chce nechat, tak buď Montbéliard, pokud si to chce vyřadit, nechce si nechat potomka, tak už ty masňáky asexované lampy.
It's too complicated.
Yes. No. We had a crossbreed with a Swedish Red and Danish Red before, but it gave me some challenge in. They were too high in temper. I couldn't go behind them, and I could. They want to hit you, and that temper I didn't like on, and it was a little bit smaller than the Holstein Montbéliard. I didn't think it fitted in, so it was a crossbreed with the red, Danish Red or Swedish Red, but I took it out, and I still call it a crossbreed, but it is normally only Holstein and Montbéliard breed crossbreed. Yeah, yes.
What is number of insemination? What is maximum number of insemination you get chance for a cow?
That depends the feelings for my cow, for this cow. If if I like this cow very much, I give her maybe 5 or 7 times. Some cows I cannot stop because I like it, but some cows I stop with 4 or 5. That depends on how much I like her. Yeah. So it's individual. Yeah. So I don't. I like money. I like economy, but I also love my cows, and sometimes it's difficult to make this work. Yeah.
Ještě mám jednu otázku. Kde má limit, já řeknu nahánění, já když to říká doprovázení kráv, nemyslím těch otolených, jako kde je jeho limit? Limit v čem? Co znamená limit? V selekci kráv, nebo prostě jak často? How often do you collect cows to the robot?
2 times per day.
And how much, or what is your
To
what is good for you and what is
you can only collect cows 2 times per day.
how much cows?
Yes. 2 to 5 cows per group is perfect. And sometimes you have 15 and you don't know why. You check your food, you check everything. Yes, you can have long lists of cows for collect, but it's a lot of things in combine. If you change your grass silage or your maize silage, it can be anything. If you have a worker that has a bad day, that has an influence on the cows, they feel it. So it can be many things, and 2 to 5 cows is perfect, and only collect them 2 times per day, no matter what people say. 2 times per day, and give the cow the chance to do it on their own. Heifers, if I have a problem with a heifer and she don't want to start walk herself, forget her. Surprise her, and she will be surprised. And in the night, oh, this hurts. And she will walk because she knows you get a relief. And then you tricked her and you don't see her again. So that's really something. Yeah, you'll teach a lot of things if you get into robots. It's very funny to see how cows can do things themselves. Yeah.
Do you have DLM module in T4C, concentrate optimizer?
No, I have. No, I don't think I have it. I have a person who helps me put in the settings of the T4C of the Lely program, and he is. Yeah, that's I hire him. I want to hire a very good person to it than asking or trying myself. And I only know it's only him that can do it. So yeah, so that's I find the people who I connect with and who can help me in the best way. Was that the question?
Yes. What data in T4C do you check every day?
Health. Lily has a combination of eating time, chewing time, heat detection, temperature, cell count, and so on, yield and everything. They combine it into a number, and it goes from 100 to 0, and 100 is crucial, is very bad, and you have also the keto warning in it as well. So it is it's something I used to do it, but I teach my workers to do it also. So it's something I go through, but they are in the barn with the cows, so they check the cows when I have a warning in the Lady program.
Náš čas vypršel, tak jestli ještě poslední otázka. vše zodpovězeno. Ano.
Jaký má názor na limit jádra v robotu?
Jako maximální množství.
Maximální dávky.
What do you think? How much concentrate could be in the robot fat?
Yes. Yeah.
Optimal or maximal?
What is optimal?
What is optimum for you?
Optimum is as less as possible, but they still have to. Every time they go to the robot, you have to be aware of they are getting food. They cannot run empty. In 10 minutes before 12, she also needs to be fed because she get a new schedule for next day after 12 o'clock. But it's important to get feed every time. It's different from milking speed. Some cows only have 10 minutes. They have to eat 5 kilo very fast, and some cows milk longer, and so it's difficult. Maximum, I think it's I wouldn't go further than 5 or 6 kilo, but depends on the milking speed of the cow. Yeah.
Podle kvality nebo PMRky na žlabu. Ne, to manažuje. And I mean that, of course, if you see that for you is the best 5 to 6 kilo maximum in the robot, you manage TMR, PMR, by the productivity of food.
Yes, a cow who gives me 65 liters, she needs 6 kilo of food. Yes, but in the average, I don't want it to get too high. Yes, of course, but because then my cows are performing. Yeah. But the cow who doesn't give any milk, and especially the Jersey cows, have lower kilos but have higher percentage. So I have my in a feeding table. I have my Jersey cows in a different feeding program than the other ones, because they need higher concentration. Yeah. Good. Well, thank you for good questions, and